While walking in the desert, she accidentally tripped over a magical lamp. Angrily, she grabbed the lamp and slammed it hard onto the ground. After throwing the lamp far away, it inexplicably returned to her side. She shook the lamp and faintly heard a voice coming from inside. Suddenly, a massive sandstorm swept across the desert. Then the lamp transformed into a person, who said, "I've finally found you." The spirit was preparing to take revenge on her. Due to the violent shaking earlier, he could barely stand. Annie ignored him and turned back to the hotel. To her surprise, the spirit was already waiting for her there. The spirit's name was Abu. He was inherently rebellious and had been expelled from heaven by God. When he fell into hell, he made a request to God, willing to accept punishment on one condition. He wanted permission to tempt humans, so that those who succumbed to temptation would be dragged into hell, proving humanity's weakness and greed. God granted his request but imposed one condition: if he encountered a pure human, Abu would face a punishment worse than hell itself. Since then, Abu would help anyone who found him to fulfill 3 wishes. Every time, Abu successfully led humans to make 3 wishes, until one day, a pure little girl appeared. This trapped Abu forever in an endless abyss. That girl was Annie's previous incarnation. Over 900 years later, Abu finally met Annie. He realized that this incarnation was no longer pure, yet she possessed an antisocial personality. Since childhood, Annie enjoyed dissecting small animals. Only her grandmother could control her. To change her personality, her grandmother personally demonstrated every day, letting Annie understand the fear of death and the expression of joy. Abu's plan for revenge was to tempt Annie into making 3 wishes, and then drag her into hell. He believed he could easily succeed with his methods. Unexpectedly, Annie showed no interest in anything. The only person she cared about was her grandmother. Annie refused to make any wishes. Abu had no choice but to persistently harass her. Unable to tolerate him any longer, Annie threw the lamp into the sea. Yet Abu returned. With no other option, Annie asked if he could take her flying. Abu immediately lifted her into the sky. Finally, they landed at the highest point. Curious, Annie wondered what would happen if she fell from there. Without giving Abu any time to react, she pushed him off. Abu didn't have time to cast a spell, and his right arm was broken on impact. This completely enraged Abu. He wanted Annie to experience the sensation of falling. He expected her to scream in terror, but Annie felt no fear. With her antisocial personality, would Annie eventually make 3 wishes?